Let's welcome these fools to the Uso Penitentiary. Bam! Okay, all right. Hey, let's get it, Us. It's not paranoia, it's the Usos. Yeah. Let's go, Us. Down six. Day one ish, yeah, down six. Day one ish, we be down six. Day one ish, yeah, line them all up, knock them down like this. You already know, as soon as you feel that creep, you about to get put to sleep. It's not paranoia, it's the Usos. Yeah. Let's go, Us. Down six. Day one ish, yeah, down six. Day one ish, we be down six. Day one ish, yeah, line them all up, knock them down like this. Yeah, Ayus. Let's welcome these fools to the Uso Penitentiary. Bam! Okay, all right. Hey, let's get it, Us. It's not paranoia, it's the Usos. Yeah. Let's go, Us. Down six. Day one ish, yeah, down six. Day one ish, we be down six. Day one ish, yeah, line them all up, knock them down like this. Say yeah. We go hard, all day, all night. On my brows are the people who be ready to fight. Say yeah. We ain't ashamed that we came from the park. And if you're looking for trouble, our bite is worse than a bark. Cause we them proud southern boys till the day we dead. We got fists made of fire and a neck all red. We keep it dirty, keep it gritty. Don't need your sick, don't need your city. Keep it dirty, keep it gritty. On my proud southern people, let them know that you're with me. Go hard, all day, all night. On my proud southern people who be ready to fight. Say yeah.
Welcome to the MBL Rookie Draft. Today we'll see teams select franchise players who will forever change the culture of the team while having immediate success. While some teams will weigh risk versus reward, banking on a player's potential to develop. Some players will go on to be champions, Hall of Famers. Even though they were drafted in later rounds, their success won't be denied. You are witnessing the leader in full immersion gaming, the Madden Bomber League. So join our journey today. Go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com and take your chance to become a legend and forever be remembered like Lucky Jordan, Asa Sherrard, because legends never die. And you're watching the MBL Network.
And it's always a weird time. We get to this time in the cycle. It is the final MBL rookie draft of Madden 19. These teams that we've taken since team selection all the way back in August. It's the final time we get to update them, and it is a great time to be here. It's a lot of fun here at the MBL rookie draft. Appreciate each and every one of you joining us tonight. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commissioner Bomber. Bomber, it's a little reflective right now. It's looking back at the great players that have been drafted, the bust, all that stuff. It's the last rookie draft, the last time that a player, I mean, who knows? We might see an MBL Player Hall of Famer come out of this draft.
We haven't yet, as far as it goes.
You never know.
As far as it goes with Players Hall of Famers, the earliest we've seen is the draft right before the very last one. We've seen somebody come through, like the quarterback Z-Star had trivia. What quarterback was that? What's the name? Anybody remember? Nothing? Drawing a blank there?
Watson?
Yeah, it was Watson.
I
didn't remember. I just play the game when I can't come up with it. Yeah. Watson made it in after only 2 seasons, but he won.
I was trying to think of his first name. I'm like, it wasn't Benjamin Watson, right?
The
tight end?
That's like a tight end for. I think that we're both on the same wavelength there. But excited.
Joey Watson, thanks, Z.
Was it Joey Watson? Oh yeah, he'll never remember. Every time he drafts a rookie quarterback from here on out, that's the standard, the pinnacle of who he says this might be the next Joey Watson. Hasn't panned out just yet. And now Andrew Luck is in the helm for the Dallas Cowboys. But we got a great show in store tonight because we get to see what the San Francisco 49ers and our man Brad, what he's going to do with the first overall pick.
It's a lot of fun here at the MBL Rookie Draft. We'll take you pick by pick. We'll go through the teams, what they're looking for. We'll take a look at some players that get drafted. Go about an hour tonight and get you back on your way. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Saw a couple people subbing. Saw Gibbs gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. Unisolated with the 16 months. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Bomber, hit that button. Let's get rolling. It's time to go.
Right, let's get it rocking and rolling. Let's, I know Brad's had some opportunities to think about where he's going to go, but I have a feeling he's going to mess this one up.
Think he's going to Pasinger it?
No, not completely destroyed, not burn it down. But I think he's going to, he averaged 10 points per game last year. The Niners finished at 1-15. They gave up 32, but you got to go offensive side of the ball because you might be able to chip away at that 32 and bring that down. But 10 points per game, that's just not enough. You definitely have to go, and he's going to go wide receiver there.
And here is a quick look at the 49ers. Brad, new owner of the 49ers, only 3 games in the MBL, is yet to experience his first win inside the Madden Bomber League. What did he bring in? He brought in some nice pieces. Boy, he came into this, and you never want to disparage past owners, Bomber, but the cap situation in 49ers left by DB was not pretty.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Arguably one of the worst managed teams during his tenure in the MBL. Brad comes into that. He says, what the heck is going on? But it ends up paying dividends. He gets the first overall pick in this draft, and once again, we see another wide receiver go first overall in an MBL rookie draft. It's got to be some kind of a record. I think we've actually had more wide receivers go 1 than maybe we've had quarterbacks, or it's close. I guarantee you.
And this is the quarterback. This is the wide receiver they go with. Paul Zimitis out of Stanford. This guy is a speed demon, 4.36 40, A- deep route running, B release, B- short route running. This guy's going to be just one of those terrors on the edge, and for a guy looking for his first MBL win, this is the way to start out your tenure. I know it's the last draft of the cycle, but you got to make a splash with the number 1 overall pick, and I think he did.
Yeah, Paulie Z's got a lot of speed, too. Definitely can get outside. I think he ran a 4.36 in the 40. I like the pick for the San Francisco 49ers. Interesting to see where the Bills go as they drafted a speed wide receiver last season, MBL Season 38 rookie draft. So you're just kind of playing, the same kind of names keep coming up in this top 5, and now you're like, where are they going to go? They've pretty much gone everywhere this cycle, but yet here we are. Let's see where the Bills take, who they take at number 2.
And let's take a look at the Bills. 3-13 last season. He's 2 wins away from 100. Will he get there this season, Bomber? Is that clock going to hit 0?
Pricey? 2 wins from 100?
Yeah, by the way, the clock hit 0. Is Pricey not here?
I think he has his whatchamacallit set.
I got it set. Okay.
Yeah, so he actually was like 8 wins away from 100, I think, when like the cycle started. And we were saying, man, he's going to hit 100 wins. And then after a couple of really tumultuous seasons where he didn't win a game, I think it was 2 of them, And we started saying maybe he doesn't get that last 4 that he needs to hit that 100-win club. Maybe he'll save that for old Matt at 20.
He does go with the draft board worked. Pick Taylor Marks, the offensive tackle. It's who our experts predicted he would go with. But the Bills had a big splashy offseason last season, Bomber, bringing in Baker Mayfield. But because of that, they didn't really sign anybody this offseason, really relying on that draft.
Yeah, they got their team overall up to about an 84, 85. They're back down to a 78. I mean, they had some older players they were keeping around. Kenyon Drake's now no longer with the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, regression at the safety position as well. Their top players right now is Baker Mayfield, Tre'Davious White, DJ Little, and Micah Hyde, another regressing safety on this team, an older player. So, man, they need some help up front. They want more protection for Baker Mayfield as he was injured last year. This is a pretty solid pick there at number 2.
Will Pricey get to that 100-win plateau? We thought he'd get there a little sooner. He didn't yet, but he only needs 2 wins this year. Does he get there?
He'll take them. A force win, suspension win. He'll take them out.
Take them all. It doesn't really matter. And a big shout out to Slam in the chat. He set up that straw poll. Your choices are yes, no, he will hit 99. No, he will stay at 98. So, who knows? I'm very excited to see how that poll goes. Next up is the Philadelphia Eagles and October. And the Eagles, what did we see from the Eagles last year? Let's take a look.
Now, you look at this Philadelphia team last season, MBL season 38, definitely didn't have the athleticism at the wide receiver position. I'd expect them to go there. They bring in Michael Thomas, pair him with a rookie this year. Now you got some explosion, and we can see what this offense can do and see if they can get rocking and rolling. They only scored 13 points per game last season, so the passing attack finished 29th. They definitely
are wide receiver.
Improve that. Yeah, there they go. Marcus Goodwin.
So are they all in on Case Cantaloupe? Is that still who their starter is?
I believe last year Jared Goff was arguably the worst quarterback in the MBL. Cantaloupe, I think, had some injury issues, but Jared Goff was the guy last season. Obviously,
and they don't go quarterback here. They didn't pick up. They picked up Derek Carr, so perhaps Carr is who they're going with in this final season. But they go wide receiver, so maybe another wide receiver to pair with Michael Thomas.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and that's going to be a very dangerous pairing. Marcus Goodwin, along with Michael Thomas, who they brought in. The Saints decided it was time to move on from the 31-year-old. I think he's going to bring a lot of stability for this offensive unit, and now you have Goodwin use his burners to get over the top. We might be seeing.
We don't even have a card for Goodwin. That doesn't give me a lot of faith in the pick.
He was great win. He's more like average win right now. Not looking good if he wasn't projected, but this was the reach for the wheels, and he's going with the wheels right here at number 3 to pair it next to Michael Thomas, and we'll see how it plays out.
Pittsburgh Steelers up next at number 4, 3-13 this past season.
So
improvement.
Is that equivalent to drafting somebody that isn't at the, you're the 3rd pick, but somehow you draft somebody that's not even at the.
Didn't even get invited.
Didn't even get invited.
Yes, 100%. Not only did he not even get invited, they weren't even like, should we put him on the list? They were like, no, this guy's a 3rd.
He went to the regional combine. I mean, he went to the.
He's the guy who holds his own pro day, and not a single scout showed up. He was like, I left out donuts. So you think that somebody would show up, but no, nobody showed up. But we'll see if he can succeed in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh's up next, 3-13 last season, which overly doubled his NBL record. He's now at 5-43. Brought in some talent, especially Amari Cooper at wide receiver. The Steelers team looking for some improvements. Our draft pros predicted him to go outside linebacker. They actually end up going middle linebacker because Bomber, this defense was absolutely putrid last year.
Yeah, they just didn't really get any push up front, and they didn't have any coverage in the middle of the field. Hopefully that fixes a couple issues they had. Corey Cooper out of Auburn is a phenomenal pick right here. They lost Ryan Shazier. They don't have Marshall Darden, so you're seeing a lot of guys and talent out of Pittsburgh leaving Pittsburgh. They needed some defensive presence. They're going to get it here. This is a 24th ranked defense last season. They finished 3-13. So hopefully Corey Cooper can make his presence known because guess what? Time is a ticking. You got one season to do it.
Corey Cooper out of Auburn, a pass coverage middle linebacker, which they're looking for some help there. His comparison is Deion Jones. All right, let's all settle down. Maybe he's not Deion Jones. Let's take a deep breath. But a 4.6 40, good lateral movement. He's going to have some decent zone coverage as well. So this is a guy that can help this passing defense because they really want to be able to have the defensive linemen and maybe send some outside linebackers on blitzes and have that middle linebacker fill that hole in the middle. Corey Cooper could certainly be that guy for Pittsburgh.
Game Master RK in the chat saying, I think a middle linebacker at 4 seems a little high. I don't. I think if you're running a 3-4, even a 4, if you're running a 4-3, even if you're running a 3-4, if this guy has the ability to do multiple things, blitz, pass rush, defend against the rush, and then drop into coverage, that's a triple threat in the middle of the field. That's very, very effective. As you see, a lot of the key teams that are having a lot of success this cycle have star middle linebackers. So hopefully Pittsburgh just found theirs.
Next up at number 5, the Los Angeles Chargers, owner Rusta Busta. And Bomber, ever since the year of Zach Hartley, where this Chargers team stormed to 7 wins, everyone was like, maybe this is the next sneaky team that can make a challenge for that division. It's been a little rough. Only 7 wins since then in 2 seasons. Not a whole lot to speak of in the offseason, and by not a whole lot, there's a big old blank blue screen where it says notable offseason signings. They do go offensive linemen to help out Zach Hartley and that offense, but I don't know how much I believe in this LA Chargers team.
Yeah, the last time they took a lineman this early in the draft was Najee Lacey out of Clemson. He was the 6th overall pick in the MBL season. I believe it was 34 rookie draft. He's a 93 overall right now. And he's been phenomenal. So if you want to just judge them off of their history, you can say this is probably going to be a phenomenal pick. They drafted Hartley, they've drafted Juan Dotson, and they drafted Lacey. They are great drafting early in the first round. They really don't miss. So I'm excited about this pick. Yeah, even though they're not living up to expectation, you still have to protect Hartley, who's dealt with a lot of injuries early in his career.
Noah Ornberger out of Stanford. I like that it just says here for 40-yard dash, 5 seconds. Could be minutes. Who knows? He ran it in 5. But a 42
maybe
on the bench press.
Maybe he tried it 5 times and didn't complete it.
5 times, and he got like 5 yards apiece. He only got 5 yards down there. Could be bad.
There you go.
As we continue through round 1 of the MBL rookie draft, we'll be with you till about 9 o'clock Eastern time. Bomber, let's talk about what's coming up on the network, and then I want to talk about a little bit what's going on in the future. So let's start with Commissioner Corner Podcast tomorrow night. What are we looking forward to on that?
All right, Commissioner Corner Podcast, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Z-Star in the chat saying my mic is a little low. Turn me up just a little bit.
I have.
All right. I'm a little further away than normal, too, so I don't know if you want me to get closer or...
Probably. Scoot closer, you jerk.
Well, my mic wasn't as good last time. It wasn't as crispy. All right, Commissioner Corner Podcast tomorrow night. We're going to we're talking about Allen Rose with the New England Patriots. We're also going to talk about the Bomb Squad, the 9 players listed on the latest magazine for Madden 19. What else are we talking about? Recap the top 5 picks from the draft. We got a lot of stuff. That's tomorrow night. Commissioner Corner Podcast, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League.
And then we got Building the Franchise coming up. New team. Well, kind of a new team. We've seen this team on Building the Franchise before. It's been a while, though. Bomber, who are we featuring this season?
This season, we're featuring the Detroit Lions.
Yes, everyone, don't tune in. Don't tune in. Don't do it.
From the Motor City.
Ignore
what
it.
Did we say it was from? That one night where we were messing with Darth Ben. What did we say?
What are we saying?
Oh, man. City of Brotherly Love.
That's it. That's the one. Yeah.
Live from the City of Brotherly Love, Detroit, Michigan. We're going to have good episodes. They're going to be a lot longer. We're going to be using that Elgato HD60S, so it should be 1080, 60 frames per second. Get every single game we play. We're going to have clips from every game. We're going to be breaking down game footage, see what we can do as a team as we're going to try to get back to that promised land, which is the Super Bowl, and try to get it done this season.
All right, we got to talk about this team. They just picked, but the New York Giants, they got 3 first-round picks here in the final MBL rookie draft of this cycle, and they had an active offseason. They brought in A.J. Boye. They brought in Marquise Goodwin. They were in on a lot of players, but 3 picks in the first round for a team that not only has Super Bowl aspirations, is a Super Bowl team. The New York Giants, Bomber, if they can hit on, let's go with only 2 of these picks, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and they went wide receiver trying to replace what they lost with Jarvis Landry. They lost out in a bidding war with Atlanta over Robert Woods. I like what I see so far.
Your check's in the mail.
Yeah, and there we go. I mean, we're talking about a team that I wouldn't say that they're just a division contender, a conference champ. This is a team that might actually be the favorite to win the Super Bowl. We know why last season they didn't get an opportunity to get it done. Corinth is traveling the world here. But this is a heavy favorite, and they got a lot of juice coming into the last season.
No idea what that's like. And then at number 8, a team we have rarely seen. I don't know how I go anywhere. I just vacation. At number 8, a team we're not really used to seeing in the top 10, the Jacksonville Jaguars and owner Lip. You look at that MBL record, it is no mistake, 4 Super Bowl titles, 414 wins, but 4-12 last year, and he was here for every single one of those games. It was a rough season for the Jaguars. They bring in Russell Wilson to replace Ben Paradis, which a lot of people questioning whether that's more of a parallel move than anything. And they go out and they take a halfback here. Bomber, the Jaguars' problem has been defensively primarily. Are you surprised to see them go halfback in the first round?
They've lost so many pieces on the defensive side. We're talking Jalen Ramsey, Boye, Miles Jack. It just seems like the list goes on and on. You're talking about a 92, 91 overall team that gets stripped down to about a 77 and loses everything defensively. One bright spot on the whole team is a wide receiver they had the entire time on their roster, but he's not playing until recently, DJ Shark. I still have hope and faith that the Jaguars can end this cycle with some kind of productive winning season in that division. But also at the same time, I'm thinking that last game Lip plays week 17, he might say, get me the hell out of here. Red-eye me out of here. I'm done with Jacksonville. That might be how he's leaving it.
Nick Hicks, the pick out of UCLA. 6'2", 211, 24 years old on the older side for a rookie for sure. But 444 40-yard dash. Good 404 20-yard shuttle time. This is an agile halfback. They're just going to try, I think, Bomber, to go out and outscore them each and every game.
Yeah, absolutely. We're still talking Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
We're obviously talking about only opportunity to win is outscoring your opponent because they're not going to be able to stop anybody. Haven't been able to do it this entire cycle. I'm talking the Texans are scoring on them and the Titans. When you get the Titans and Texans scoring points on you, you know you're in big time trouble. This is a team that gave up 29 points per game last season. That's 31st in the MBL. It's just not a good sign for Jacksonville, but there's always hope. And what's too old for a rookie in this final draft? I mean, if there was a rookie in there right now, OSU, that was 30 years old, but he was a beast. I mean, who wouldn't take him? It would only hurt you on the 5-year sim at this point. So a 25-year-old rookie, that's all out the window at this point. Man, I'd take a 35-year-old if he had a year left.
By the way, the straw poll, it was 3 said yes, he will reach 100 wins. 4 said no, he'll hit 99. They're all going with the one win train for Pricey. And that's Bobby brought up the 5-year sim. I mean, talk a little bit about what that is, and does that factor in at all? Are there people in this league that are like, well, let me try to get the best players because I may not be able to win an NBL Super Bowl, but I might be able to win a 5-year sim?
I think absolutely. It adds another dynamic to trying to keep pieces together. Some people are going to lock their guys down for multiple seasons during this season, and some are going to say, you know what, computer? I've set you up nicely. Decide who you want, and let's see what we can do in free agency and in the draft. You get 5 seasons. Last year, I believe Gubb was the big-time winner with the Chargers. They finally won the Super Bowl that he was actually unable to do in Madden 18. He ends up getting, I think he got 2 or 3. He had a crazy number.
That team was nuts. That team was absolutely great.
And he went 3 times. Somehow my team, even though they couldn't even spin to XP because I had messed up on not turning that on.
Nice. So they just ended with like 8 billion XP for each player.
Some people had like 4, 5 different deep XP, opportunities, and it was just I said I wasn't going to use it, but I forgot to turn it where the computer would use it. So yeah, that was a big time mess. Still ended up winning one somehow. I thought I set my team up nicely, and they immediately said, "Yeah, that quarterback you left us with, we're going elsewhere." It's definitely an interesting road. Sometimes you see teams that don't do as well, and then they start doing really well early in the sim, and then they just go back to what they were, and I go, hey, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe that's just the way it was supposed to be. 5-year sim does a great job of exposing and bringing to light some good team building.
Interesting team here at number 12, the Green Bay Packers, the second of our new owners who is experiencing their first NBL rookie draft in Game Master. 2-4 coming in, which I think with that team and that division bomber, most people are pretty happy to see them go 2-4. Not a whole lot done in the offseason, though, because their big move was they franchise tag Derek Patterson, who has been on a bad team, but is still, I think, arguably a top 10 in terms of talent wide receiver in the MBL.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. Former first overall selection for the Green Bay Packers, heading into his 5th MBL season. Playa built a really nice team with the Green Bay Packers, and he basically set them up to not have any real free agency play here, because you can't let most of those guys go. If he drafted them, you got to keep them.
They're too good.
And right here, this is the situation they're in. Do we want to play in free agency, or do we want to make sure we're bringing home our star quality guys that we've been developing for 4 seasons? They chose, hey, man, we're going to play the draft heavy, and we're going to essentially just bring back who we got and try to keep this thing intact and make a run here in NBL season 39.
And they do go defensive side of the ball. Our draft pros predicted them to go middle linebacker. They do go middle linebacker in taking Bryant Campbell. To shore up that defense. They did struggle on defense, and in that division, Bomber, NFC North, there are a lot of high-powered offensive teams.
Yeah, there really is. You look at the AFC North, and the first thing that sticks out is the early season success for the Cleveland Browns. As of right now, it has been a division that's kind of flip-flopped. What are we talking about?
Bomber, it's the NFC North? It's the Packers?
The NFC North has been dominated by the Lions. Are we really talking about the NFC North? Let's talk about the AFC North a little bit. I thought we said AFC North. I didn't know we were still on the Packers.
The next team is the Titans. How could it be?
I don't know. I was looking up there. I saw nothing. I just assumed we were off on something. I was sending out a tweet. I can't lie.
Twitter. Everybody, this is why you can't tweet and drive. You can't text and drive. It's not good. If you ever see Bomber driving down the road and he's on his phone, back up. It ain't going to be pretty.
So I send out tweets to let everybody know, hey, we're live right now. Here's who's watching. But I screenshot the chat, and then I have to actually read what the chat says because I don't want Doobs in there saying something crazy.
And Doobs was already in the chat and said, we talked about the NFC North?
Shout out to Expert in the chat.
I'm an expert. Good to see you. As we work through... Boy, I got scared. I saw that 80 overall that the Broncos just took. I thought it said 90 overall. I was like, God, did we break the rookie draft? As we're working through, this is the final rookie draft here of Madden 19. And Bomber,
Ben Kaufman looks old. You seen the Ben Kaufman on the screen?
It is not pretty. It is not pretty.
Oh, man. Ben Kaufman looks like...
He did not sleep before his draft
free
picture.
Coffee, 5:40 in the morning.
Ben, wake up, dude. You're going out west. You're going to the Denver Broncos. What is Unisolated going to do here? Unisolated called me earlier today. He did not sound good.
Yeah, Titans are in trouble. I mean, this is a franchise that has no money, open cap space, but no real funds to make any moves. Pretty talentless roster.
And another new quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean, how many has it been? We'll have that in the magazine, some fun fact pages, but that would be who had the most quarterbacks that we can remember off the top of our head that have started. Tennessee has to be up there. They've changed direction more than anybody else in the league. It's just been remarkable, and I mean, obviously, that would have been nice to see a quarterback right there. It'd be like, boom, there we go, but this ends up being a cornerback, Trey Morton, which hopefully will help this defense a little bit and maybe give Dory Jackson a little bit of help there.
Dory Jackson has been phenomenal for them. Let's take a look at see if we got him. Hey, so fun fact. Yeah, fun fact. I'm scrolling through these corners. I'm going, wow, he's not on here. It's because it's last year's corners. I'm like, didn't I draft one? Because I drafted one of them. I'm like, wait a second. Did we release a player back into the draft? Yeah, there he is.
It's called the redraft, NBL season 39.
God, that's fine. I had like a lot of first-round picks last year, and they were okay. All right, well, carry on. No cards for that one.
Johnson.
Oh, boy. Are you trading him like first season next cycle?
I'm wondering who I'm going to move, man. I actually just played a game. I was testing out the Elgato, make sure there was no issues with, timing as far as with the game and response, because I am using like a really long HDMI cable. It's 20
you
feet.
Think because it's long, like it'll take longer to get?
I don't know, man. I just have to make sure that this doesn't cost me. I got to get ahead of this. So I'm playing against Draco, and I'm using Stafford, and that defense is coming fast and furious in Chicago, and I'm running with Stafford, and I'm just like, am I holding the turbo down, or is this? Oh, wait, it's Stafford. I'm getting used to Cam. I'm getting used to Cam already. Maybe I need to call JB. Maybe that'll be the move. Bring in Cam Newton.
Bring in Cam. Hey, we finally saw a quarterback go. and that's to the Washington Redskins.
Hey, good for them. They needed one.
No more Alan Ritchie in Washington. Which, Bomber, would you call that a surprising? I was surprised to see them let go of Alan Ritchie. I thought he had a fairly solid career, and the problems that Washington had. I mean, 8-8 last year. He got them to the playoffs. He got them a division title. I was surprised they were letting go of Alan Ritchie.
Yeah, it was just a financial decision when you build your team around a quarterback under a rookie contract. When that rookie contract comes up, you go, oh, crap, guys. It is that time. I thought it was next year. No, it's this year. We got to sign Ritchie now, and Ritchie wants to be richer. And it didn't happen in Washington, so he's out. Now they draft Frank Schlegel as in the chat.
Schlegel
wanted me to pronounce it. Schlegel. Yeah, actually, his mother owns a nice
bagel store.
Schlegel Bagels.
Yeah, I got there. No, I was getting there.
Yep.
I'm right with you. I was there as we continue through the first round of the MBL rookie draft. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. OSU and Bomber here, and we're working towards our final season. Bomber, we might hit. There's a good chance. I will say a high likelihood that we'll be hitting broadcast number 300 this season in the MBL.
Wow. 300 broadcasts. I mean, I can honestly think of. Man, just way back when we actually were talking about it today. When you talk about broadcast 15 to 20, 25, Project Fat, Rambling, got a gold mic he bought. That's another topic.
It's gold. They can't sell something
like,
that is gold if it's not great.
Mic? I said, what kind of mic is that? It's gold. I said, yo, that's $30. It ain't real gold, man. Like, seriously, what kind of mic is it? I don't know. I just saw it on Amazon.
It's golden. It's gold. He did not see that on Amazon. He got that in like a discount bin at a Kmart. Not even a Walmart discount.
3 weeks later, he said he threw it away. It was trash. I said, you threw away gold? Oh, man. Take that to the bank. He bought his mic
Are you telling me it wasn't actual gold? Are you telling me it was gold painted?
He bought it from the bank, though.
Appreciate everybody who sent in screenshots of their players. We certainly do appreciate it. If you're in the league and you have screenshots, send them to maddenbomberleague@gmail.com. Let's take a look at some of those screenshots, see if we got some hits and misses. Let's start out with the number 4 overall pick. It was Corey Cooper for the Pittsburgh Steelers, middle linebacker, 78 overall, 87 speed, 87 acceleration, 82 zone coverage. This guy is an absolute stud. Absolute stud.
That's a day one starter right there. 87 speed, 82 zone. The only problem I have is the fact that he's replacing Ryan Shazier. It would have been nice to kind of move to a 3-4 here and play them next to each other and have both of them in the middle of the field. I think he's just kind of filling one void with another. But I think Corey Cooper's, I mean, that's the real deal. People said, hey, drafting a middle linebacker at 4 isn't the right choice. And this guy, anybody would take him on his team, especially if you have a middle linebacker need.
Now we move to a more interesting pick, and that was what the New York Giants did with their first of their 3 first-round picks. They get a wide receiver in Marcus Culberson, who is superstar dev, but he's 85 speed. Porter would be immediately justifying how great this pick is. But, Bomber, you look at him, 85 speed, 90 excel, 89 agility. So
I got to see his height, though. 93 jumping, 93 spec catch. I know he's slow, but he'll be next to Odell, so that'll be less.
6'6".
I know what he got him for.
Gonna high pass that bad boy, aren't you?
Block mechanic is going to be in heavy usage against this New York Giants team, but hey, having a guy you can just kind of put it up there and let him make a play, yeah, he's slow, and everything about him brings his overall down. So what is propping him up to be 80 overall? 6'6", 93 spec catch, 93 jumping. I like it.
I like how he has 69 deep route. Shout out to Sclam. Because that means that even on streak routes, he's like, I got nothing. I have no idea how to do this. But if he's running the hitch, he's
so
good.
He's running down there. He's like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You're like, Marcus, you're out of bounds, dude. Get back in bounds. Marcus, those are the stands. Get out of there.
Well, if fade routes worked in Madden, I mean, this would be an ideal situation where it's like maybe you don't use them as much with a lot of field behind you too often, but once you get inside the goal line, you know, he's got good hands, 86 catching traffic, 86 catching. I like this guy. I don't know if I like him at 6, though. But he's paired next to Odell Beckham, so that changes everything anyways, right?
Yeah. I'm loading up some more screenshots.
Yeah, Kook says he's in the chat. He's similar to Lunier Goins. I don't know if Lunier Goins has the spec.
No. Lunar Goins,
at all.
he was not size. Lunar Goins was pure like possession. But that bad possession.
Lunar Goins, he's at he has 73 jump at 6 foot. Yeah, this ain't even close to the same.
Oh, Jamie. Jamie sent me his he loves the subject line of emails. His screenshot says Bucks draft sexy giant right outside linebacker Gene Goodman. I'm uncomfortable.
I like the name. I wonder if he drafted him based solely on the name.
We've had some great names in the MBL. My favorite I ever drafted, which was not a player who was no business being drafted. He was undrafted talent, but he was a cornerback named Margarito Gay, which was just awesome. Let's take a look at some more of these screenshots.
Yeah, that was like the 5th or 6th round. I saw that guy.
Yeah.
I almost drafted him just purely on
for the name.
Margarita almost, so yeah.
The Arizona Cardinals draft a halfback in Taj Obiazor, which is just going to be fun to say on NBL.
You should have gave me a stab at that one first.
No. 88 speed, 93 excel, 93 agility. As you can see from his trucking and stiff arm stats, he's not a power back, but 87 juke move, and 82 elusiveness. This guy is going to be a speedster, a little different than what we saw from David Johnson, who they definitely use more between the tackles.
Yeah, David Johnson replacing somebody of that caliber is tough, and this is the first start. I really don't like this pick too much. I don't think he kind of gives you that explosion that you need. And a 93 excel, 93 agility, that's good. 88 speed, not so much. Obviously, just with quick dev, it's going to be a little more difficult to develop him at 24 years old. But, I mean, it is what it is. They needed a halfback. They didn't get one in free agency, so they're going to reach here and try to make a play, and hopefully he can give them somewhat of the production David Johnson gave them back when they were winning division titles. Also, now all I see is Obiazor when I look at that name, and I'm really curious what I would have initially thought, and you took it away from me.
I see Obiazor, and all I can think of is it's either a Power Rangers villain or like a hemorrhoid cream. I can't really tell which one it's going to be, but shout out to
PED.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Taj has been suspended for 4 weeks for use of a banned substance, Obiazor.
Sounds banned to me. All right.
Banned. He's out. Let's look at sexy Gene Goodman at outside linebacker. I believe that means he's star dev. 79 speed, 84 excel on the outside, but 90 hit power. This guy. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers might turn into the New Orleans Saints and just send him on blitzes every single play.
What player is this? I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to pull it up as well.
It's Gene Goodman. Rockets in the chat saying, are the names just randomly generated? Yes, they are. That's how we get guys named Chirfy Gooch and Margarito Gay and Brock. The Madden name generator is, it's beautiful. It gives you some great ones.
Yeah, I remember when I told an isolated that was the one name he had to change. You can keep it as a first or a last, but it can't be both.
Can't be Brock.
He was mad, man. He wanted it to be Brock. He was really committed to that name.
Brock.
And I said, hey, when you got nothing going on the field, those are the kind of wins you need. And you need to be able to keep a Brock on your team.
Nothing will ever beat the outside linebacker whose first name was Rolb. Was it last name? I think his last name was Rolb.
It was right outside linebacker was his last name. Yeah.
Love it. So Gene Goodman, though, he's going to be definitely playing probably that rush defensive end position for the Buccaneers. On the flip side, the Houston Texans, Bomber, we saw they were looking at quarterbacks in free agency. Did they end up getting Jared Goff?
They talked about it. Houston was really interested in bringing in somebody. They even talked about Allen Ritchie potentially going that route. They have Dustin Jerry. No, it doesn't look like they signed any quarterback in the offseason, decided just to play it. They were looking at Jared Goff. I actually got a DM what I thought about Jared Goff. And I said, I didn't. I haven't thought about him once.
Not one time.
I took a look at him and I said, hey, man, he actually looks good, but he's been terrible. So, I mean, I go off of production on the field versus the attributes, and when a guy's been shuffled around with so many teams and hasn't had any inkling of success, you just kind of got to think maybe he's not the one.
I think Unisolated sent a message in main chat. He said if you take I think it was right after the tweet came out that said they were looking at Jared Goff, and all Unisolated said was rip. It's not pretty. But they do go quarterback here in the first round of the season 39 rookie draft with Jordan McManus, 78 overall, 88 throw power, 80 deep, 87 mid, 90 short accuracy. So he's that West Coast build. But 79 awareness coming out, 87 throw on the run. Let me look at his speed. What do we got from Jordan?
It's not much. 62 speed.
That's not good.
80 agility.
How does he have 87? He has 87 throw on the run because he doesn't run that fast, so it doesn't throw off his throw on the run. Got it.
Yeah, the funny thing is his throw on the run is actually his feet set. It's just pretty much a stationary throw because on the run isn't much a run. It's just
I like that he has 62 speed, 80 acceleration. He gets to top speed really quickly.
Yeah, that actually might come in
and
handy,
80 agility. What a random set of skills. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not built. He's field general. He's a field general.
But at the end of the day, he's still slow. Yeah.
6'4", 228.
Yeah, field general to West Coast. The awareness is what you're going to get a little bit more of, I would assume. That's why it's at 79 to start. You get a little bit better accuracies, maybe. Deep isn't as low. As you got 80, 87, 90. That's deep, medium, and short. Not a bad play here. 88 throw power. Let's see what he can do.
Let's see. What are we talking about? Why are we talking about the team that's drafting right now, the Baltimore Ravens? How about the season that they had?
What a season. This is a great year for Baltimore football. Finally, we get Cougs mug on MaddenBomberLeague.com. If you want to join the MBL, go to 365.MaddenBomberLeague.com to apply. But yeah, we finally get
Bob Gronkowski hasn't retired yet. He's still playing.
Yeah, he spent a couple seasons with the Bengals. Actually, Eric G was telling me. And then he spent a couple seasons with the Ravens. He's back. This is his second tenure with the Ravens. It's been Patriots 1 year, and then he went 4 years with the Ravens, then went to the Bengals, and now he's back with the Ravens again at 35.
Well, the Ravens and Cougs, first division title for Cougs last year, 12-3-1, really dominated that division. And they brought in some nice pieces. DJ Swearinger at safety, Ashawn Robinson at D tackle, really shoring up that defense mostly, and also bringing in Gronk, who has to be 40 at this point, and has 6 speed. But they brought him in.
Gronk hasn't caught a touchdown pass in the last 3 seasons, so there you
go.
go.
A worthwhile pick for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, maybe it's a personality pick. It's a jersey selling pick.
Let's see who the Ravens go with. Let's just stare at the screen and see where the Ravens go. Our draft expert said offensive line. I don't know about. I think Cougs might go down the combine results and find the fastest wide receiver. It doesn't matter what his grade is. Done. Undrafted, picking him. Been his play. Although he might is Cougs here? I think he might just have his draft board set. Let's see what the CPU does.
Yeah, he might just have his draft.
Let's see where the CPU goes. Come on, fullback. 81 overall strong safety. Well, good job bringing in. Good job bringing in DJ Swearinger.
He's got a plethora of safeties. It gives him an ability to play that big nickel and really get aggressive. Also, you can sit in quarters and just really have guys that can help against the run as well as drop in the coverage. I mean, he has a 99 and a 97 safety already. Now brings in another one there in the first round.
Yeah, here he is. There, Matt Thornton. 21 years old, 5'10", 223. A nice pickup, 4.59 40. So I'm gonna guess he's not super fast, but he's very playable. B+ pursuit, B power move. He's got a B power move at strong safety. This guy is an in the box safety.
Yeah, and that's what makes the Ravens deadly when they have a lot of safeties being able to play inside the box because they can get out of the box quicker than a linebacker, and they're able to make tackles in open field. This is a hybrid team, man. I kind of like the pick for the Ravens. People said, man, how many safeties do they need? Well, I mean, they really probably play 3 on the field a lot of times.
D. Croft, join us in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out with us, D. Croft. Saying hit power. Yeah, it's all hit power is what we're going to see from this guy. He's going to be in the box sort of player. It'd be interesting to see where the Ravens play him. Next up, as they are picking right now, Carolina Panthers, NFC South champions, 13-3 last year, and Bomber, I think without a doubt the most talented squad in the MBL, 91 overall, and a lot of it has come from some great draft picks. Yes, DJ Moore was an out-of-box player, but you look across the board, Porter, I think, has hit on every single first-round pick in this cycle.
He is slowly turning into somebody that you have to really maybe say, this guy is a great draft day owner, as well as just a team builder. He's just building his team nicely as pieces are getting older. He's bringing in the new rookies to learn alongside the older veterans, and what he's done on the defensive side of the ball, and then he adds Mario Bartel on the offensive side of the ball. It's just like, can this guy just actually swing and miss here? It seems like he's always hitting top players, especially in the first 2 rounds.
Goes halfback, by the way. Went halfback. Not Christian McCaffrey, I think, maybe is the one player on that team that you go maybe a little disappointing. Part of it's injuries. He's gotten banged up a little bit. Part of it's just they haven't really used him. It's been a very downfield passing attack.
Yeah, it just seems like the athleticism of Christian McCaffrey, which has kept him on this ball club and had him sign that extension early in this cycle, hasn't really panned out because, just hasn't been able to stay on the field. If you can't stay on the field, the best ability is availability, and Christian McCaffrey has not had much of that, and he's been kind of I would absolutely agree, the biggest disappointing move that Porter's made this entire cycle, probably keeping him around. I mean, he's 4 yards per carry. He's getting you less than 10 touchdowns. He didn't even get 500 yards last season.
I got some more draft cards, and let's take a look at Frank Schlegel, the quarterback. The Schlegel's Bagels, the quarterback that the Washington Redskins selected. 86 throw power, 77 deep, 89 mid, 90 short, 82 throw on the run. Very similar build to the Texans got. A build we've seen a lot of, Bomber. We haven't seen a ton of those strong arm quarterbacks. It's been a lot of these West Coast guys coming out, and I don't know how many have had a lot of success in the MBL.
Yeah, you really don't know at this point, especially with not a lot of time left in this cycle. You don't know how they can actually pan out. I guess we'll see more in the 5-year sim.
I just saw Darce's screenshot, which he titled, with the 21st pick, Seattle chooses superstar middle linebacker Andre, quote, the Giant Griffin.
Pretty basic nickname, Darce. I expected more.
I expected better. I think we should probably just call Project Fat up now.
Is he short? That. Is he like 5'10"?
He is.
The Giant would be a little bit better.
He's 6'3". I just think for that joke and the fact that he messed up the cornerbacks in the draft cards, I think Fat's in, right? Like, see ya, buddy.
No, Darce Knight will hack us on the way out. This has to be a smooth exit. It's going to be whenever he's ready to go at this point.
So we work through the end of the first round. Hey, it's Bomber's pick. Let's see. Let's all watch and marvel in the majesty that is the Detroit Lions. What you thinking? Give us a live play-by-play.
There isn't much going on up there. It's just kind of going to be a swing here. Oh, nice. 75 overall, 88 strength, 80 run block, 74
You picked
pass.
a guy out of Idaho State.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Got that farm strength.
Some people over here think, we get confused with Idaho. We think it's Ohio. And we're like, oh, Idaho State.
Oh, Ohio, Idaho. Crap. Yeah. Hate when that happens. Let's take a look at some more screenshots. Let's go to, let's look at Andre the Giant Griffin at middle linebacker. 85 speed.
Oh, that's why he called it Andre the Giant. Oh, I see. I wasn't.
85 speed, 84 excel, 83 hit power. Looks more like a sort of a pass coverage kind of guy, but 73 zone coverage. Bob, this is what I call a tweener, and this is one of the worst things that can happen when you pick somebody in the draft. He's not great at pass coverage. 73 zone isn't great. 66 awareness will hurt him in pass coverage. He's not a particularly hard hitter at 83 hit power. He just sort of seems stuck in the middle.
Yeah, definitely not Andre the Giant-esque at all. Actually, probably the complete opposite. You think Andre the Giant...
D-Craft, no, don't build him up. He does not seem physical at all. Just because he's flexing doesn't mean he's physical.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think that he would play anything in coverage. I don't know about the nickname, but I get it now. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, he's kind of a tweener, and we don't have enough time for him really to develop. So
D-Craft says the flex looks tough. It's a tough flex.
I do like the 92 pursuit and the 87 tackle. I think that is key, especially middle linebacker position that's going to be in the box. A lot of these runs, a power run, bounce outside, having a guy that can get outside and make a tackle in open field from the middle of the field inside the box, I think is very important. So I kind of like Andre.
You almost said Andre the Giant. Don't do that.
Griffin. ATGG. Ain't bad.
Expert in chat says, gotta go get ready for my stream. Come check out Experts Corner on Facebook after the draft. Well, we're going to be getting out of here in just a couple minutes, but before we do that, reminder, Commissioner Corner podcast coming up tomorrow night on YouTube. That's at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Eastern time, right?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube.com/Madden Bomber League.
Make sure you hit the follow button here on Twitch. We got a ton of content coming up this season. MBL live games. We will have more MBL live games than we did last year, but we also have bonus coverage covering when there's no MBL live, as well as playoffs. We're going to crown one final Madden 19 Super Bowl champion. We're going to have the 5-year sim. What are we looking at 5-year sim? That's probably going to be after Virginia Beach?
Yeah, I would assume so. We'll probably 16th, 17th. I actually have to check on the schedule, see when the most amount of people can be around, which our guys, usually that's whenever. Everybody finds a way to make it, but probably July, maybe a Wednesday, July 17th.
Okay.
Maybe sometime around there we'll knock it out, and we'll do it as the same thing we did last year as a Commissioner Corner podcast episode, and we'll just run the 5-year sim and see who can claim the glory.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We'll announce it on our Twitter, at Bomber League, at MBL Network. You can follow both there. Double A complaining about the draft class. Interesting. And then we got a ton coming up this year. We got Commissioner Corner throughout the year, building the franchise throughout the year, and NBL Live. So make sure you follow both here on Twitch and on YouTube, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. And Bomber, before we get out of here, I mean, final rookie draft, the 39th rookie draft in the NBL. And it's the last one of Madden 19. And it's sort of this is sort of the kickoff to what will be a very celebratory season of we've had another season filled with parity, a lot of different Super Bowl champions. We've seen a lot of new owners come in and have some success. We've seen some old owners go right off into the sunset. It's been a very eventful Madden 19.
Yeah, it has. Just as every Madden cycle, it goes through those same kind of twists and turns. I think this has been our best year without question. I mean, would you agree to that? I mean,
yeah.
It seems like we just hit a lot of strides. We have a great group of guys. I feel like this is the strongest 32 I would say we've ever had by a lot, actually. You look at guys contributing at 31, 32, 30. It really is a nice thing to see, a bunch of guys coming together, volunteering their time and making this thing possible. And I think this has been a phenomenal cycle for the MBL. I think it's been a phenomenal cycle for our network team. Been a phenomenal cycle for you. Look at everything that's happened this year. Before we went into this year, what our goals were and where we're at as a league, as a network, and where you're at personally. I mean, it's just a crazy. It was just really things that nobody really even thought were accomplishable, if that's even a word. I don't think it is.
Duber says, I'm going to miss the NBL for the 2 months it's gone. First of all, we won't be gone for 2 months, I don't think. But we're going to have a lot of stuff. Yeah,
we got the EA Access tournament at the end of July, so we're there for that. And then we have
more information coming out about that momentarily.
We also have
soon.
We have our team selection will probably be, when do we usually do it? Before EA Access tournament?
Last year we did it before EA Access tournament because we didn't.
Yeah, we'll probably do it then, and then the league will probably start a week or two into August. I would think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I think yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll probably do. We got Virginia Beach second week of July, so we'll probably do team selection that next week. The EA Access tournament, which is phenomenal. Are those T-shirts that we saw on Twitter, are those for sale already?
Yeah, they're already up there, ready for purchase.
CFNclothing.com. Is it under the MBL tab?
Yeah, hit the MBL tab. It'll be the newest shirt at the top. Obviously, most recently released. And 50% of the proceeds are going to go to Operation Homefront. And it's a real cool looking T-shirt as well. Designed by JB. Shout out to JB.
It's a phenomenal T-shirt. It's for a great cause. Yeah, shout out to KO. It's a phenomenal cause we're raising money for through that EA Access tournament. More information about that is going to be coming out, what I will guess is probably tomorrow afternoon. We'll release the video middle of tomorrow. But some more information on how to apply, what it's all about, a little summary of our whole tournament. That's going to be going down at the end of July for EA Access, both on PS4 and on Xbox. It's going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody who hung out with us tonight. Everybody in the NBL, have a great rest of the draft. Everybody who's not in the NBL, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to be on Friday Night Football, Friday night. That's at twitch.tv/MudheadTV. Make sure you tune in early for the KFC tailgate because we give away some free stuff, and you're going to want to get it. If you're a hungry person, make sure you tune in. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. For my co-host Bomber, I'm OSU. This has been the Season 39 NBL Rookie Draft. We'll see you throughout the year right here on the NBL Network.